Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I'm back with another video, and in this video I'm going to be talking about living expenses in US. Well, a lot of people ask me, especially students who are living abroad, they ask how much do you spend on an average every month, or how much it costs to live in the US. So this video I'm gonna be explaining about whether you are working or whether you are a student. This is what on an average that you pay. Let's start. Well, I'll take an example of Atlanta since I'm living in Atlanta at this point of time. Well, in Atlanta, if you're coming as a student, you are spending about $1,000 to $1,050. Well, so let's start with sharing a room. So if you have $850 as your monthly rent, and if you're sharing with a friend, you're paying no more than $425. Well, that does not include utilities. Utilities include water, electricity, heater, and if you have a Wi-Fi, then it's going to be additional cost of, let's say, $50, but depending on how many people you have in the house. So let's say it's a 3-bedroom house and you're sharing a room with one of your friends, you have to pay $425. Your part of utilities coming to $50 and $50 for Wi-Fi. So you're paying another $100 for Wi-Fi and electricity, and it also includes water as well. So that is $425 plus $100. That comes out to be $525. After that, now let's say you're not a person who cooks on daily basis, which is okay. There are a lot of people who don't know how to cook and they eat almost outside every day. But I learned, and I got so bored after a month eating outside. So I learned everything by myself, and it saves good amount of money. So I started with small things, and then eventually I learned how to cook all the Indian recipes. But let's say I'm not only including Indians, but this is in general. So your monthly grocery will differ from what kind of food you eat. If you're vegetarian, your part, and if you're sharing that with your friend as well, then it will be about $150 if you're vegetarian, or $200. If you are non-vegetarian, then it could be anywhere between $300 to $350 depending on what you eat. Well, that also includes milk. That also includes all of the daily things such as eggs, bread, and whatever other lentils that you eat. If you are non-vegetarian, chicken, lamb, or any other food products, you're paying a little bit more because they are a little bit expensive as well. If you go in bulk, that will save you $50. But on an average, you're spending about $200. So your $425 plus $100 for utilities, that's $525, and then you have $200, so that's $725. Well, $725 is for food, but then let's say you want to eat outside once a week and you don't know how much it's going to be. So for that cost, you're considering about $125 on the side. So you so far from $725, you're another $125 for eating outside 4 times in a month. That will be $850. Your transportation, if you are living close to your university or college, then it's not going to be a lot, because you either going to be walking or you have a bicycle, so it will save a good amount of money, but then you're paying more on your rent. But if you living further, like 15 minutes away or half an hour away, you might want to use public transport if you're not buying a car. Because buying a car is expensive over here. You need to have insurance. You need to see your credit score. And in the beginning, It's just not possible. And you have to pay down payment as well. So you want to avoid that in the beginning. But if you are using a subway or a bus, I would recommend every single student that go for a monthly pass. If you're going for a monthly pass, you are saving a good amount of money, plus you get student benefits. Anywhere you go, you get student benefits like a 5% off or 10% off than the people who are working. So they paying 150, you paying 120. So that's the difference, and that's a good difference. Like $30 does make a difference on regular basis. So you're $850, then you spend about $150 on transportation. So that comes out to be $1,000. If you are not going out much, then you save other costs. But let's say you're going out with friends once a month, you want to buy something for yourself like clothes or any other electronics item, going to Best Buy or you're going to Walmart, then that cost will be included. But all of these things will be much easier, and if you have a friend along with you, then you are sharing the cost. But you keep another $200 to $250 for such emergencies. So your monthly cost will be anywhere between $1,000 to $1,250. Now, this is for students who are sharing a room. But let's say you want a privacy and you want to go for a single room in a house which is not too far from university or a college. In that case, it could come anywhere between $800 to $1,200. So in that case, you include or you add $400 more in what you paid, or even $500 because you're paying a little bit more on utilities as well. So you add $500, and that will make your total anywhere between $1,500 to $1,750. Well, this is too much of money, and you don't want to ask your parents every month to send you that amount of money. In that case, the best thing to do is to share a room with a friend. Well, if you have an on-campus job, which you are allowed to do in either first semester in some universities, and some universities you can do only after first semester, like from second semester or something, then keep one thing in mind, that you would be getting paid a minimum in that particular state. So if you are in New Jersey, the minimum is about $11 or $12. Depending on your education, if you're master's level, then you should get paid a minimum of $14 or $15. If you are in New York, then you would be paying about, you'd be getting paid about 15 for a bachelor's or 17 for masters. I mean, it keeps changing. When I was working on campus, it was a different amount. Now in 2 years, it's different. So again, in Georgia, it's less. It's pretty less because your expenses are less as well. Like your food, transportation, everything is a little bit cheaper than Northeast, be it New Jersey or Massachusetts or even New York. So you spend a little bit less over here and you get paid less as well. But even if you working 20 hours, you are not making more than $1,000 a month. Keeping that thing in mind, it could vary from university to university or college to college. Well, if you have any questions, I'm gonna put my Instagram handle. You can ask me any questions, you can DM me and I'll answer all your questions. Till then, thank you, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.